here today with Professor Joey McWilliams. Thank you so much, Mr. McWilliams, for joining us today.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I don't know that I had a choice in the matter. This is my class, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, it's wonderful being in your class, I can tell you that much. And
Thank you.
it's a privilege to get to interview you today. I just want to start off by asking you kind of what your role is at Southeastern and just kind of your history with the university.
I have been around for a long time. It's been a privilege to be at Southeastern. It really is. I originally came as a student back in 1989. I think I had my first time on campus back in '83 when I was competing for all district way back when. I was a very wee little Joey back then. But '89 and '93, I was a student and received a bachelor's degree and then stuck around. I've had kids that have come through and done different things here, and it's a blessing. It's a great campus. Came back in 22, 23, got my master's, and then had an opportunity to get to come teach, and I couldn't turn that down because I love Southeastern.
Absolutely. So as far as like your role here on campus, you play a big part in the communications department. Part of that entails the Southeastern, which is the school newspaper. So could you tell us kind of a little bit about what that is?
The Southeastern is the online newspaper, and it is also a print edition. Now, the print edition goes back about 100 years. I mean, Southeastern has been around since 1909, and the Southeastern newspaper is a student-run publication that's been around for 100 editions. I believe we're about to get our 101st edition out there, and it's fantastic. There are so many students that have come through over the years that have written such great articles and told the stories of what happens on campus here, and a few things beyond, but mainly what's going on right here. And it's a great avenue for students to come in, learn about journalism, learn about writing, learn about delving into something and telling the stories that are there, telling the stories of this campus and this university, and really documenting what's gone on here for the last century plus.
Absolutely. How long have you been over the Southeastern, kind of been running it?
Just for a couple of years now. After coming back and getting into the communications department, again, getting the opportunity to get to be an instructor here, Dr. McCraw gave me a chance to take that over, and I jumped at it. I was really excited getting to work with the Southeastern again after having seen the newspaper when I was a student here back in the 80s and 90s and seeing the stories that came out and getting to be a part of it. That was a privilege.
Absolutely, yes. So what do you usually look for whenever you're scouting out potential stories to post in the Southeastern?
Well, the students are the ones that are supposed to get the stories together, and they'll pitch them to me. But the idea is to talk about what's happening here, whether it be something from the president's office on down, some administration decisions, to sports. I mean, we have so many good sports here. Savage Storm Sports it's a great department, so they get to tell those stories as well. But the clubs, the other activities, the different fraternities and sororities, what else is happening here, and if there are events that are going on, if there's something that students are involved in, on campus or off, but they're involved in and they're really doing something, that's what we're looking for. It's not always going to be positive, but if we can, we try to find those stories that are definitely positive and promoting.
Absolutely. So you also run the Bryan County Patriot, which is kind of a local newspaper here. How do you think that experience from that paper has kind of transferred over maybe into running the Southeastern?
It made a lot of difference. It really did, and I was pleased again to have the opportunity to work with the Southeastern. But I think part of it was the experience of doing the Bryan County Patriot, that the administration here knew that I had worked in a newspaper, with a newspaper before, albeit an online newspaper, but just having that experience and seeing this is what goes into it. And I think also having some experience off campus. Not just something that we learned here on campus, and this is what we do, and it always has to be that way. There is a real world aspect of this. This is my life. I mean, this is a big part of my livelihood. I still do the Bryan County Patriot right now, and 3 or 4 jobs. That's life as an adult, obviously, and having 5 kids. One job sometimes doesn't always get the job done, but But having that real world experience, I think that that goes a long way, and I've been able to see beyond, again, just the campus itself.
Absolutely. And you said earlier that the Southeastern is more of a student-led paper. So what kind of a role do students usually play in that?
The students should play all of it. Realistically, I mean, as an advisor, I get to oversee it and make sure that, nothing goes wrong. And I also see that role helping with a student editor to be that second set of eyes, to see that, we're not going to publish something that might be sketchy, number one, that's never going to happen, but also just to check all of the work, to do all the proofreading and see, does this look right, does this sound right, and is this the best story? Because, we obviously, we want to have a good product, but also as an instructor, for you as a student and someone who writes for the paper, I want you to be proud of what you've done. And so, it's just another set of eyes guiding and saying, okay, let's fine tune this story. Okay, let's work with this just a little bit and try to make it a little bit better.
Absolutely. So obviously the Southeastern is a very positive outlet for campus news and just encouraging stories around campus. So kind of what future plans do you have for it to keep it going and just encourage a lot of interest in that?
I led a little bit with, it's an online newspaper, which that's kind of where we are in 2025, that so many more things are online. I don't want to take away from the print edition at all. And I think that the print edition needs to stick around. It needs to be here. That's something that I don't think it's quite ready to go away just yet. Now, we're in the 21st century. We're a quarter of the way through the 21st century. It's a time of transition, and so many more things are going digital. But I think that the print edition definitely needs to stick around, a documented record. There should always be a hard copy of these things. But I see us doing more with not only online digital, but what we're doing right now. The video aspect of it, and to put more things out there from that standpoint, because it's a video world, and that's not going to change.
It really is. Well, this has been so fascinating. I cannot wait to read the Southeastern. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. McWilliams.
Thank you.
My name is Lily Helgren, and thank you for watching In the Loop.